Hello everybody, we are back with the GuildMag analysis show of everything they just announced. Oh my god. I mean, where do we start? You got your mic muted. Oh no, you're just
I'm
being
just
silent.
silently screaming on the inside.
Oh my god.
Bit of a manic craziness at the moment.
I mean, honestly, we were expecting the announcement to go on for longer, so we've been struggling to write notes and keep up and take it. Ali's been trying to read chat a little bit. I haven't been able to read it all because my notes are like 3 pages long on this. So
he went nuts with the notes. We've got so much to talk about.
I went completely nuts. So yeah, if you're just joining us, we're going to discuss and analyse everything we possibly can. We've got 45 minutes-ish before Guild Wars 2 goes back to some dev interviews, which we'll host again. We're also going to do some more giveaways, so stay tuned for that. We'll take your guys' stuff from chat and we'll have a look at everything else that's been happening in the community, you know, on Reddit, on the forums, on Twitter, what they've had to say as well. We've got a super secret guest coming on to say what's been happening. So yeah, so I guess we should just kick off with what we can.
Where do we start?
Attempt to put some sort of show together.
First, that trailer was amazing.
That trailer. Okay, so we're going to start off talking about the trailer because it's the first thing they showed. I'm swaying back and forth. I'm just too excited to sit on this seat anymore.
Me too. There's so much manic giggliness. Alright, so let's professional. We are professional. Let's do this.
Okay, so we're going further into Maguma with this. They mentioned that actually one thing that really struck me is when was it Mike or Colin came out, they were like, PAX is destroyed. I mean, people were going, the PAX surely can't be gone completely from the trailer we saw in game, but Colin was basically like, nope, there can. I do have a quote here somewhere. I'll try and find it in amongst all my manicness. He was like, basically, it was something like the world's army or something has been destroyed and they're littered over the canopy of the Maguma. So yeah,
the top layer is just resting on the top.
Yeah,
that really makes it sound like it sounds like it's completely destroyed. They took everything with them. They were expecting to come back and they didn't. So I would say the PAX is pretty much destroyed.
Yeah, which is, I mean, does that mean the end of Traherne? Is he gone?
I reckon there's going to be this big storyline of going through the jungle trying to find people because if the PAX ships fell on the top of the canopies, maybe you can survive a little bit better than hitting the ground. It depends how angry Mordrum's vines were at you, if they could tell people in between the wreckage. But if you fall out of the wreckage and you're in caught in the tree, next thing you would do is climb down and try and survive in there. So, and maybe they'll find civilizations because there was mention of new civilizations. Oh, I gotta stop myself from going on too far. But yes, the PAX is destroyed.
Yeah, so PAX is gone. We see heading deeper into Maguma. We see we see this kind of golden. I don't want to use. Well, we think, and these, you know, we're having people at GuildMag as well kind of talk about this. We're pulling ideas from them. Temple of Balthazar. This is actually when you overlay the Guild Wars 1 map onto Guild Wars 2, it's actually quite near to where we actually are in terms of Silver Waste. So going further deep into there, it's pretty much, we think, going to be the Temple of Balthazar, that big thing that you see with there's the interesting bit, the white mantle symbol kind of on essentially the front door to this thing, which then opens out into this massive, you know, vines, jungle, golden
it kind of looked like almost a temple inside, but when you went down, it went into a very golden city, which is the way that the Masat cities are described. So it seems like it might be a Masat city, and there are Masat there. I mean, oh my god, Masat!
Yeah.
But the temple, I looked at as best as I could in the pictures, but it doesn't look like it's in ruins or it's abandoned and they've just come back for one thing. It looks like it's being properly maintained. So maybe, I mean, the gods are gone. Maybe they've taken up residence in the Temple of Balthazar.
I mean, it's completely possible. I mean, it's definitely, I think, something to do with Masat because it matches the what we saw in the End of Point No Return trailer with all the golden
Mm.
city / temple being restored by the Masat. It looks like a restored version of what we saw.
Do you remember in that vision we got from the pale tree, we saw buildings come up out of the golden buildings coming out. There was actually a scene in the trailer where we saw buildings being constructed up
exactly
like that.
Yeah.
And then there was the egg-shaped thing that dropped down into the vines. So it's all linking together.
So this brings us on. Speaking of the egg, then this brings us on to something. I think it was Mike said it. There is a secret glint left for us in where we're going. I think he said, right, is the story of Guild Wars 1 concluded? Or does he say Guild Wars 2? I can't quite remember. I missed that bit because we were talking so much over this.
He called it Glint's Legacy. She left us a legacy in there.
So, and one of things from Draxinic, who's one of our writers at GuildMag, or was it Draxinic or was it you? I can't remember. One of you guys said the dragon. I think it was Drax. The dragon we saw in the trailer could be Glint's offspring.
Yes, because it's a real dragon. It's not just a dragon constructed of vines or something like that. It was a real honest-to-God dragon. And I'm pretty sure it might be just me delirious from the hype, but I'm pretty sure it breathed fire. So, I'm saying it's a real dragon. So yeah, and that was when you saw that real dragon, it was hiding, and you can just see it being part of the personal story where this dragon comes out, and your character's like, "Oh my god, we're gonna have to kill the dragon." The dragon's like, "Krr, krr," you know, like, "I'm your friend," that sort of thing. Like how to train your dragon. That's what I hope for anyway.
Absolutely. So he also mentioned while he was talking about Glint then that we're going to see new creatures and new civilizations, which is kind of heavily hinting at this whole Masat thing as this ancient civilization that was destroyed and now potentially maybe seeing some sort of return, maybe.
Just quickly, we got a little bit of information. Chris is telling us that possibly the symbols that we've been seeing on the door for the what's it called? Where we saw the Masat, where we went in, he says we've been seeing symbols of the the mantle. So it could be a white mantle stronghold rather than the Sat. Makes sense that the people who didn't believe in gods would take residence inside of a old god's place because they don't believe in it anymore. They've taken it over and taken over that old god stronghold. So that is really cool. And that kind of goes on to allies and new civilizations in the jungle. I have to quickly mention I saw a Hylek redesign.
A redesign? I saw a Hylek. I can't. So do you want to expand on that?
I think it might be maybe just a different race of Hylek, or because they're in the Maguma jungle, they look a bit different.
Yeah.
But they definitely were a little bit more toady than the other Hylek. And so it kind of makes sense that these Hylek would be a little bit different because they're in a completely different area and that sort of thing. So I think that there's been a little bit of redesign on the Hylek. Maybe, hopefully they've taken the chance to make a little bit more male-female definition. Even if it's like real frogs with just the patterns on their back or something like that, or, the clothes that they wear. Not that real frogs wear clothes, but... But also, I have to mention that when he said new civilizations, he also said new allies. And so that means that there's going to be enemies and there's going to be friends. And I think the Hylek would probably be the friends. And we actually saw villages in the jungle, and they were vertical villages, and a lot of them look like Hylek villages. So that's super interesting. We're going to find new allies. I don't think we'll get any new races. We might get a few new races, actually, but not playable ones.
Yeah, no, there was no mention of player races, but there was mention of a new class. So should we? I thought that was a good segue. Let's go into that.
That was perfect, Ron. You are on sparkling form.
It's like I've been doing it for years. So yes, the new class, heavy armor called the Revenant, and Ritlock, my little bay, is now a Revenant. He's coming back to me more powerful than ever.
So I like how at the start of this show, the pre-show, I was like, they're not going to introduce a new class.
Yeah,
if they're going to do it, would be that. But I sincerely doubt it, and they did exactly like what I said they wouldn't do. But that is, I'm glad. The 3-3-3 light, medium, heavy. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that how the kind of the basis for the class is channeling the power of great legends from Guild Wars 2 past. It really feels like they're really pushing like old Guild Wars lore. I mean, he mentioned King Jalis Ironhammer, great dwarf, and when you channel him, as a revenant, your powers and abilities kind of change to dwarven, powers and abilities. I think that's a really nice way to kind of tie into Guild Wars 1 lore for people who are new to the game, and they're like, you see whatever the skill's called, like imbue, Jalis Ironhammer, whatever, and they're like, oh, who's that? And then you kind of from there develop this kind of inquisitive mind interest about Guild Wars 1 lore.
Well, that's probably going to relate to the other system that they've got of masteries, and you can get a lore mastery. Yeah. And from the lore mastery, you'll be able to learn the language and find new areas that you wouldn't be able to get from this lore mastery. You spend the mastery points, and you get the history of the civilization and learn access to those locations. That might be related to the Revenant. Like, you might need to know about the spirits to be able to channel them. So that might be, you need to be very lore-orientated to be a Revenant.
Absolutely. So one thick one guy from chat, Silver Starglazer, just let me channel Do. I feel like they won't allow you to channel gods like that. But, I mean, yeah, it's a really nice way. And, I mean, the actual class itself, it actually kind of strikes me as a kind of a hybrid between, we were discussing like a heavy armor ritualist, and also the idea of like this dread knight for like offensive magic kind of thing. It kind of feels a little bit like a hybrid of those two ideas in a way, because it's definitely a magical heavy armor class, much like the Guardian, but in a very sort of different way. It feels like Guardian's kind of power comes from like within itself, and then the Revenant's power comes from essentially the mists. And it was great to hear that they said that you'd be able to channel different things, like different roles. So like a support role, it said you can channel things to heal, to support your allies, as well as do damage. So it's great that they're kind of keeping their mantra of every class can dabble in a bit of everything.
We actually got some really cool comments about this Revenant. So for us, there was a theory Ridlock as a Revenant was channeling Glint, and that was from Daishan. I agree, because there was that image of him powering up on all these things are coming around and swirling, and it came an image of a dragon over his head. And if we're going to channel any dragon, it would be Glint. So that's interesting. And there's also another comment, Guild Wars 1 ash pots were a mechanic where the lore behind it was channeling the spirits of past heroes. So that actually connects to Guild Wars 1 very nicely.
They're definitely pushing this whole Guild Wars 1 tie-back kind of thing.
I just quickly say that was a comment by Chris Weeks.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
So I guess from a new class to existing specializations for your current class. Oh, I'm just so good at these segues, man.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. So each profession can now master what's called a specialization, like a secondary profession from Guild Wars 1 in a sense. So the two we were given, we were only given the name of one, which is a Ranger Druid specialization, which can use a staff. So we were right about they're bringing existing weapons to existing classes. So we were right about that. That's something we can tick off.
Oh, I've got breaking news from Dragon Season. The expansion will cost money. There will be an early access beta, no launch date yet, no pricing seen yet. The expansion will be available digitally as well as boxed. No information about possible collector's edition yet. Somebody is going to have to do an impression of an elephant, I think.
But
right now, we're going to say that for people.
Well, I mean, if chat disagrees and thinks that you were more wrong, then feel free to have Casey do something. Considering last time we did a dare, I was the one that lost out. So I feel like it's my turn to get my own back, but we'll see.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Before you were talking about the masteries,
Yeah.
and the big thing I really liked about it was account bound PvE progression system. So it's available once you get it. It's available to every level 80 character, which kind of is indicative of a switching around arrangement. You know, like you kind of like you switch in skills. You can switch in masteries maybe. And they also seem to this kind of ties into the challenges. They kind of made this big point that the skills will help you overcome the difficulties in the thing. So you're actually going to have, like, it seems like you won't be able to defeat this boss or this challenge or this thing without certain skills or masteries. Like, you need to understand the mechanics and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. It's a really interesting idea, actually, because it's like, in a sense, it's gating content for not how good you are, but how much of the existing content you've already done, which for me, something we've been talking about a lot on the podcast is I feel like catering more towards people who want more of a challenge is something they need to do. And it sounds like with this whole mastery system and, you know, especially the masteries for combat, it sounds like going to be genuinely really challenging group content available in this expansion.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't use the word dungeon or raid necessarily, but from the trailer, a bit of it kind of looked like a raid was going on with a big boss. I mean, I don't want to get hopes up too much, but I really hope that's what we were seeing then.
When they mentioned guild halls, they said from the guild halls you can go on adventures and slay things, and like they made it sound like you would probably access these challenges from your guild hall or something like that. And and I reckon a lot of these abilities and masteries will tie into this group raid content.
Absolutely. What else? There's still just so much to talk about. Should we take a 5-minute break, do a couple of giveaways to collect ourselves, and then...
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so, as last time, we're going to do, should we say 3 giveaways? So I'll begin the giveaway thing. Or again, all you have to do is type in !raffle to be entered for this giveaway. Pick a random winner, and then Annie the Tumbler is going to make her reappearance, and your prize will be chosen. We've still got 2 gem cards to give away. We've still got mini rocks, 2 Mordrum weapon skins, 2 mini llamas, a Shadow the Dragon skin set, Mordrum Terraglyph, unopened endless mystery tonic, loads of stuff still to give away, and the Sab skin.
The Sab skin, 200 gold, people.
Absolutely. So good luck.
Should I quickly tell a joke?
Go on, yeah. Oh yeah, get your jokes back up.
Who would you bet on in a fight between a Norn and a Sylvari?
I don't know. Who would you bet on?
Hopefully the Norn, because the Sylvari would never win, spelt WYNNE.
That's not even going to get a giggle out of me.
That was thanks to Legolas 11. Thank you very much.
Oh dear.
All right, shall we pull out from the raffle then?
Yeah. Okay. So good luck to everyone that enters. The first of the 3 we're going to do just for now. And the winner is CS Bella 1987. Congratulations. What do they win?
They won. I hold up Annie like this. Shake, shake, shake. And then I pull out, and they won the Shadow of the Dragon armor set. That is a good one.
That is worth 900 gems altogether. So make sure you message me on Twitch or on Twitter, and we'll send your prizes out afterwards. Don't forget to include your in-game name, so we actually have somewhere to send them to.
Don't forget to message us,
because
we can't.
Yeah, it's impossible to keep track, so up to you to claim your prize. So yeah, keep entering !raffle. We're going to draw another winner in a few more seconds. Do you have any more jokes for us?
Okay, so keep entering. We're going to pull another one. So let's see for another joke. What would the Order of Whispers be called if it was a secret catering company?
I don't know. What would it be called?
The Orders of Whispers.
Oh my god.
So much.
Sounds quite
And
good,
that one
okay.
was thanks to Tucker99.
Where are you getting these from?
Traherne jokes. It's I read it.
God.
Definitely worth checking out Traherne jokes.
All right, so let's draw another winner. Good luck again to everyone that enters. Remember, even if you don't win, there's still many more opportunities. And the winner is Krell_Vanguard. Congratulations. Do you want to pick out?
Congratulations.
Give Annie a good shake.
A good shaking. Okay, and the thing I'm gonna get one from the bottom. Bottom one seemed love too. This one is a Mordrum skin.
Way.
Is this the first Mordrum skin to come out?
This is the first one. So, yeah, message us with which skin you'd like. You have a choice from all of them. We haven't claimed the tickets or bought them yet. So message us with which Mordrum skin you would like, and it's yours. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So speaking of Mordrum skins, actually later on we'll draw our winner from the Twitter competition of hashtag Casey or hashtag Valiant. I'm guessing the hashtag Casey's won. So we'll draw them later on. And should we do one more giveaway for now?
Yeah, one
Okay.
more I think. That'd be good.
Keep exclamation mark raffle, keep going. Have you got another joke?
Let me see if I can find one. This is a bit of a lame one. Why didn't the ranger want to practice his speech in front of the mesmer?
I don't know.
Last time he got confused by the feedback.
Oh god.
That was thanks to Captain Sandblaster. Oh my god. I love these jokes so much.
I wish I was this creative with being able to.
Me too. I cannot make jokes. Alright, shall we pull another one out?
Let's pull another name out. So good luck to everyone that's entered.
Good luck, everyone.
Inum7, I'm so sorry for the names. Congratulations. Give Annie a shake.
Congratulations. Annie's shaking. Shake, shake, shake. And what have we got here? Oops, there's two in there. Okay, that one. You have got the Endless Mystery Tonic.
Yay, that's donated by Chris, who's moderating the chat for us today, actually. So well done.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
To Imnum7.
I'm so sorry. So yeah, again, we'll do some more giveaways a little later on. So we're going to carry on with our analysis then.
Yep.
So
we still got this many left.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We still got things like 2 gem cards, we still got both mini llamas to give away actually.
Yeah, and still 2 Mordrums. One Mordrum skin in the tumbler.
Mini rocks. I'm sad to see her go. I want.
And a Terragriff, a mini Terragriff.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned. So things we're not getting with the expansion then, which is interesting, is no new level cap. That one's actually quite interesting because I thought if there would be an expansion, there might be a level cap increase, and then no new tier of gear.
I'm really glad about that. I think that really stays with the original theme.
You see, people might hate me for this. I'm glad in a way, and I'm not glad in a way, because I feel like with a level cap increase, it's just a little bit more to do. I feel. I mean, I can completely see why they haven't increased the level cap, because again, it's like if you increase the level cap, you kind of have to then increase the gear tiers as well to like match up.
Yeah.
So I completely understand why they've done it. I mean, I guess some people hate not having new gear to grind for, because that's just what other people are used to in MMOs. I mean, I know I used to play Final Fantasy XIV quite a lot, and since I left, the gear tiers have gone up another like 3 or 4 levels, and that was only a couple of months ago. So I know a lot of people enjoy doing that grind.
Yeah.
But
I mean, those are very common games, very like stock standard MMO, whereas Guild Wars has always been that sort of niche, you know. If you like the sort of mentality is like, if you enjoy that stuff, that's perfectly fine, but this, you know, Guild Wars isn't really about that.
Absolutely.
But Silver Stargazer in the chat says we get mastery grind instead, so that is a sense of grind. Obviously, grinding mastery points would be incredibly hard, I imagine, and Reporterseric, I'm so sorry for butchering your name, says new legendaries. Absolutely. I imagine there will be a massive grind for new legendaries and the precursor crafting. I should have sold my legend. I should have done that. Oh well.
Well, I'm never going to hear the end of that one. But so yeah, talking about legendaries in chat then, let's move on to talk about legendaries. So we are getting new legendaries, and we're getting finally the precursor. Not so much crafting, but they made it sound like the scavenger hunt thing that they were originally going for.
Yeah.
So it's I've lost my notes on it. It's somewhere. I'll see if I can remember what it talked about.
Hang on. Yeah, so they didn't really say much of it. They were just like, what's the hardest part about getting a legendary? And everyone's like, precursor crafting. We're like, well, we're going to make that a little bit easier for you. Anyway, on to the next subject.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see what the new legendaries will be, though. I mean, yeah, it's just really nice to finally have the precursor crafting, and I expect prices to drop quite rapidly for them. So
yes.
I can finally...
Someone put an awesome comment, which was like 3, 2, 1, precursor price drop. I have to say, Black Lane just makes an awesome comment, which was, I've been desperate for a meaningful account bound PvE grind that isn't just getting money for a precursor, which this new mastery system obviously is going to fill that particular craving for you.
Absolutely. One thing I did want to bring up, actually, this was a kind of a question I had, is the way they did the mastery system about the combat thing. They say, you know, you'll get mastery points to enter into new abilities and skills that will help you complete this. Are these skills expected to like slot into your utility slot skills, or is it going to be something entirely different? Because if they're replacing a utility slot skill, they have to really be worth it in that case. So that's just, or
then maybe they slot in like traits.
Yeah, exactly.
Like additional traits or something like that.
It's I think it's a really interesting question. I'd love to, if you know a dev is being interviewed about it, I'd love to know the answer to that. So Sandra, our lovely girl working behind the scenes, has pulled out a winner for the Twitter competition. So the support Casey or support Valiant thing. So I think we agreed Casey was closer than I was, unfortunately. So the winner from Twitter is bearded_heathen. So congratulations to you. You voted for Casey and not me. So if I'm the one sending you the skin, I can't guarantee it will arrive. No,
I will guarantee it will arrive. I'll bully Rowan. That shaman just made a tweet that says, holy poopy, the precursor market is really crashing right now.
Already? Oh, I can imagine, actually. So in 5-10 minutes time, we're going to head over. Sandra is going to tell us a bit about the community reactions that have been going on everywhere else. We're going to stick with our analysis for now, just round out a couple of things we haven't yet talked about. So a big thing then is a new Borderlands map for World v World. I know neither of us do World v World that much, but it actually feels like something that would make me properly want to go in there. I've got Colin's quote here: one of the largest content experiences in the game for the new Borderlands map, which sounds really quite cool. And then there's obviously different keeps that if you control have different effects. Like I know you mentioned the fire keep. If you control that, you have magma pools that allies can then jump between, which is awesome. That's such a cool idea and such a unique way of like seeing magma pools as well. Normally you think if you just like jump into one, you're just gonna burn to death. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see like what they actually look like and kind of how you interact with them.
I love people's like selective believability, like, you know, dragons and mystical racer dwarves is like a-okay, but like traversing between lava pools, to me, like a lot of comments were like, oh, you know, that doesn't sound like a very fun idea. To me, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like I imagine like a spell or a buff that will go over you, or you wear a suit, but I just thought traveling through lava is just so cool. And one of the other things they said was the Earth Keep will raise up parts of the ground to defend itself. And in the trailer, I previously thought it was maybe Radassoum, but I think it was just the Earth Temple or the Earth area. Some really awesome things that they said was each theme has a key, and holding the objective around it will provide new abilities. So it's really, they really wanted to kind of encourage you to try and keep things and that sort of thing. So they were really, and that new Borderland that they were talking about, they were really pushing. But I mean, it's not so much that he was just saying it's new, biggest and best, you know, like, yeah, but there's not really that much details about it that they could give us.
Yeah, so a couple of things then, just from the Heart of Thorns FAQ, I thought we'd just go over to clear up any questions anybody had, just before we kind of move on and keep talking, is Heart of Thorns will have an early access beta, which is quite exciting. So if anyone from Arena is watching, hi!
Yeah, I love it! You know,
we're available all the time, you know.
Yeah, we play tons.
We
so
do.
If you, if you need someone who's always playing, I'm currently a stay-at-home wife. I have tons of free time on my hands. Yes, anyway.
So yeah, the expansion we buy to play, it'll still be no subscription, and you'll have to own the original Guild Wars to be able to play expansion, much like traditional. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump quickly for 5 minutes to some reactions around the community, and then we're going to some dev interviews back on the official stream, and then we'll probably be back to give away the last of our stuff, do some final analysis, and then just wrap everything up. So I'm going to introduce Sandra, who's our content manager here at GuildMag, and she's been kind of keeping a track of what's been happening in the community, and she's been feeding us information for the whole of the podcast, so we know about like the FAQ things and all these quotes from the rest of GuildMag she's been feeding us. So let's meet Sandra. So do you want to say hi, Sandra?
Hi. Hi everyone.
So yeah,
are you guys excited?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I am so excited.
So exciting.
So happy.
So yeah, what's the rest of the community been like then? Are they as excited as we are?
Twitter has been blowing up. The GW2 HOT hashtag is just retweet. It's so hard to keep up with. But we did pull out a few things. The main thing, I'm glad that you guys brought up the FAQ, because people are like, when is this releasing? How much is it going to cost? Where can we get this? Blah, blah, blah. That's like the one thing that I think most people were disappointed that they didn't announce.
Yeah, it was
really
a little weird, I thought, but
it's like they're a continuation of their whole. We're gonna put stuff in game. Maybe we're not. Yes, we will. Maybe not. So yeah. Another thing is some people were surprised that they are keeping under their hats whether or not there's going to be a new race. So much love for the whole new Revenant profession and guild versus guild and the new maps. And oh my god, I've just got so many notes here.
I know.
So lots of love, not very much anger. That's great.
Yeah. It was weird because at first in the official Twitch chat, people were a bit like, not sure about this whole progression thing that they were explaining, but as they kept giving them more details, the love started to come on. But a lot of people are just, I think this is from the forum. Someone said, I'm glad ANET are sticking to their principles, no raised level cap and no new gear tiers.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I think that's a big thing. I think most of the community will, like, I'll probably be the only one in the entire community that's like, maybe they should have increased the level cap. But,
You're all by yourself in that one.
Yeah, but generally speaking, I think like the community is just really happy. Love the expansion news. People are just excited that they've got character slots waiting. One thing that I noticed when I logged in last night was that character slot sales were one of the hot trending things on the gem store. And all of this double XP that came out for the weekend, just amazing stuff. All the hype train is real.
I mean, I feel like we've missed so many things they've been hinting at us throughout like these last few months, like the Marjorie's greatsword thing, and
I called that one.
Okay, you called that one.
I was totally on that. I was like, my necromancers are gonna have great swords.
Casey and I just completely dismissed it as like, it just went right over our heads. But I mean, Yeah, I mean, I personally can't wait. I'm going to be like one of the first to just pre-order it as soon as possible.
Apply for the betas.
Yeah, yes.
Please send us. Please send us. You know, please.
I think it's just I feel like coming into this, I was like, when we were talking about this before, this is like their chance to kind of fix everything that players have been asking for so long, and I feel like
holes.
Yes, I mean, I feel like they've definitely done that.
And they look so huge.
I mean, off the top of my head, the only thing that they've kind of essentially missed out from all the things people have been asking for is player housing. Other than that, I can't think of anything they've like promised us or said they've been working on that they're not actually bundling into this expansion. So I think it's going to be a massive boost to the community, and I think if ever there was a time for people to return to Guild Wars 2, if you say stop playing, it's absolutely at the moment. Especially 100%. Since this weekend, it's $9.99. So if you haven't got it, get it. And start
using our link.
That's been spamming the chat all day and is on Twitch as well, and is on our PAX page. Get it, because I mean, get a character to 80 and then experience all the awesome stuff that's going to come in this expansion. So I don't know how long's left until the dev interviews begin. So I just will kind of keep. They're still
not on.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of keep our analysis going for a bit. So
one thing I wanted, can I just interrupt? Yeah. There's one comment here that I thought was interesting. The masteries, the way that you link up your masteries, it sounds like the PvE version of World versus World XP. Which I thought was really important to bring up, because that's what it sounded like to me when they were talking about it. And I love that it's account bound too. So that just sort of continues that parallel.
I think account bound is definitely key there. So yeah, is there anything else that's been happening in the community you want to bring up, or is it just all hype at the moment?
It's all hype. Few people disappointed that it wasn't Cantha or the Crystal Desert, but they're just still so excited that there's new abilities coming in and new skills, and everyone is just right now just happification all over the place.
The way season 2 was going, I felt like it was obvious it wasn't going to be Cantha or Ilona. It was pretty obvious we were going deeper into Maguma, especially after that trailer where we saw the Pact getting obliterated in there.
Oh god.
I just imagine if they were like, well, we couldn't really do any Magumas, like we didn't do anything, everything got destroyed. Let's head to Cantha. Maybe we can deal with bubbles.
But at least we're getting the whole Revenant. I love that it's the channeling. It looks like it's going to be bringing in ritualist elements. So I'm all about that, and I can't wait.
I can't wait. I mean, I'm genuinely considering having to re-roll another female chart, Revenant, just so me and Ritlock can be even closer.
Role play. That is fantastic.
Yeah. So that's Sandra, everybody. Our content manager for GuildMag. She's the one who's responsible for putting out all our awesome web content. And so I guess Ali and I are going to go back to our in-depth analysis, do a couple more giveaways. So everybody wave goodbye to Sandra. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Sandra.
No problem.
Thanks, Sandra.
Bye.
Bye. We have such an amazing support team.
We really do.
We're doing this stream because this was the biggest thing we've had to do for a while. And it was a lot of work. Rowan put in just so much work into this, and Sandra's put, and just everyone behind the scenes. I mean, for the first time, we've had to have someone moderating our Twitch chat, and a big shout out to Chris for doing that for us, because we really needed someone to watch it out for us.
There's so many unread messages we have in our various outlets for GuildMag. It's just everyone's been going crazy trying to help us. So should we do another giveaway or two then?
Let's do another giveaway.
All right. So I shall reset the raffle again. If you've just joined us, if you want to enter the giveaway, just enter !raffle. If already entered, you'll have to enter it again because it's a new one. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. More jokes? Should we do another joke?
Jokes. All right, let me find one. Why shouldn't you use the Camp Resolve waypoint?
Why?
Because it's a silver waste.
Words are beyond me at the moment.
I love it so much. Who was that by? Jonesam. Thank you so much.
Oh dear.
I love these jokes. Oh my god. All right, so we've had a few seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, people really like it. Black Lion just used a big capital letter law for me. Thank you very much.
All right, let's draw another winner then. So good luck if you entered.
Good luck.
To do Steve _ Congratulations. That was a bit creepy.
That was awesome. Congratulations, Steve.
So congratulations. Let's give Annie a shake for Steve.
Shake, shake, shake. And let's open it up and choose the one. Here you go. You have won a mini rocks.
Oh, he got my rocks. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Jeez, with all the big prize ones, I always think that the biggest one is going to come out as the first prize, you know? I always think that's going to happen. Congratulations, Steve.
Congratulations. Yeah, send us a message on Twitch and we'll send them out today or tomorrow, ASAP. Should we do another one? Let's do another one. So,
oh my god, Silver Star Games, we need a vine of Rowan twerking with that sound over the top.
That Vine / GIF is never to be seen again by anyone. So yeah, we'll draw one more. Again, keep entering if you haven't entered. We'll draw it in a minute.
Yep.
Should we do another joke? Are there any more decent ones?
Yeah, decent. What? They're all decent.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if this is... Oh, this is a really good one. No, I'm not going to say it. It might be a little bit naughty. So, what is the Azura's favorite cereal?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't know.
This one is actually so wrong. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this one.
Go on, then.
Snaff, Crackle, and Pop.
Oh, that is...
This is so off.
Too soon.
Too soon, yeah, too soon.
All right, so we're going to draw another winner. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
That's just a mouthful. So congratulations to Horace Lupacala. I'm so sorry. That's just made for me to stumble upon, isn't it? Let's be honest. Congratulations.
I like someone's say it in the chat. You're like, oh, it's so difficult, and they're just like, say it. I'm a little bit hyped up because it's so late.
So let's give Annie a shake.
All right, shake, 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 shake. Let's choose this one. And you have won 1,200 gems.
Whoa, congratulations. I think we only got one of those left to give away. Yeah, so we're down to one last gem card to give away.
Wow.
So we'll leave the giveaways for now. We'll do some more a bit later on.
Yep.
So we'll carry on then. Let's talk about, one thing we haven't talked about yet is the Stronghold game mode for PvP and GVG, which is really exciting.
Actually, can I just mention, because we cannot do this stream without talking about those gliding, flying mechanics. So after we do this, we have to talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Right.
Okay. Let's hop on GVG and show how little PvP knowledge we have.
Yeah.
Let's embarrass ourselves for a minute.
Yeah. So I saw that it looked like there was new PvP mats, which obviously come with the new Stronghold mechanic, which is interesting. But go on, did you want to explain the Stronghold?
Okay, so the Stronghold game mode, what the notes I've written down here are you fight for control of supply, and then you spend it to hire troops that fight for you, and you and your troops go and assault an enemy stronghold, and the idea is to assault a guild lord. I think killing the guild lord is the win condition, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's how you win.
Which is how it differs from current PvP, where there's... I can't remember the name of the map that has the lord in it, where you kill him to earn points. But yeah, in this one, kill him to win the game, which is basically like the old GVG and Guild Wars 1 was, where you have 8 versus 8 and you go and kill people. Now what's interesting is they haven't actually said how many people... I'm just assuming it's going to be like a 5-person party, you know it is in the rest of the game. It'd be interesting if you could have more people. I mean, have like a massive guild versus guild battle. That would be quite cool. But I mean, 5 versus 5 GVG is still pretty cool.
Well, how many people per guild versus guild was it in Guild Wars 1? 8. It was like 8, was it?
8 on the team.
So, yeah. I reckon that they're still going to stay with the 5 versus 5 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, 8 was the standard party size for Guild Wars 1 anyway, so it's like just continuation of that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to GVG. I mean, I said to Sandra and Ali while the announcement that GuildMag will have to have a go in GVG. We won't get very far.
Yeah, no, we won't get far at all. But it'd be awesome.
I mean,
I'm so down for that.
Absolutely, especially like the whole leaderboard kind of who's going to be the top GVG as well. It's going to be.
Yeah.
I remember back in the Guild Wars 1 days where you'd see members of like the top GVG teams and they'd be like, oh my god. I mean, I just
saw a celebrity.
Exactly. I mean, one of the I still remember the names of one of the original top tier GVG guilds actually. But it was great, and I really think it's going to do wonders for like not just the PvP community but PvE as well, because I mean guilds are a big aspect of PvE, and it's really great to see them kind of expanding it into PvP territories. But second of all, it really gives people like me who don't PvP that much an incentive to go and PvP more. I mean, not just GVG, but also get involved in the hot join PvP matches just to learn how it works more and get more involved in it.
Yeah,
I really like it. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I like that. Finally, we're getting the guild versus guild in Guild Wars.
Absolutely.
I can stop making that joke of like it's called Guild Wars and it doesn't have guild versus guild. What the hell? I stop making that joke now.
And so one thing I think I just saw this mentioned in chat. I'm sorry, I meant to pull out more stuff, but there's so much going past. Is the fact that you hire troops now? These troops are going to have to have relatively sophisticated AI in order to actually be useful, and this is something that's been talked about a little bit recently. Is the AI of Guild Wars 2's the Guild Wars 2's AI basically is in beta. It was relatively good, but they actually toned it down for the release of Guild Wars 2 because a lot of people felt it was too hard. I mean, in beta you had things dodging left, right, and center. They'd really react to how you fought them. So this could potentially see the return of that, because this is the kind of thing where you need sophisticated AI that's really challenging to make it so you're not just hitting meat for waves and waves of meat to get through. So I'm really looking forward to what they can do with the AI in terms of this, and whether or not we'll then see that translated into PvE AI with more challenging monsters. I mean, we've seen things like Mordrum Thrashers.
Mordrum have better AI
Mordrum
for sure.
Absolutely have better AI. So I think it can really only get better from here for the expansion, and I definitely think we're going to see some really cool challenging fights. One thing they've really emphasized throughout this thing was challenging content. I mean, they said it right at the start. They said it about masteries. You'll need them to complete challenging content. So they're definitely aiming. I feel like
it was a focus on endgame, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like with the whole new player experience overhaul, they're done with that aspect, and now they're completely focusing on people like us who are new players, who are veterans, who crave more of a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've just been told that the Visual Wood show is over and the devs should be up soon, so we're going to keep an eye on that, and we will switch you over as soon as the interviews begin. So
should we quickly give away the rest of the stuff before the end of the show?
Do we want to come back after the dev interviews, or are we going to...
How long are the dev interviews going to be?
I think they're only like 15-minute interviews each. I don't think they're that much. In fact, I think the interviews are up right now.
All right then.
So we're going to switch over for a bit, and then we'll come back and we'll give away the final stuff and do our closing remarks. So stay tuned in the chat. We'll be in chat interacting with you guys more now that we've had time to digest that and we're not completely focused on it. So yeah, we'll see you whenever the interviews are over, I guess. So
we'll be back.
We'll be back. If you're watching this on the GuildMag PAX page, please turn over to twitch.tv/GuildMag, or it'll just appear as the stream is offline. So we'll be back in a bit. So see you in a minute. Well,